y'all, welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to make beef and noodles. I've done this before and we're going to do this again. It's quick, easy, and it's really good if you're on a budget, and we are definitely on a budget. So I'm getting everything ready for y'all. I've already cooked about a pound of ground beef and some onions, and I set those aside. They're draining right now. And you're looking at about 2.5 cups of beef bouillon. So I'm just going to mix it up in this little measuring cup here. But you can put it in a bowl or anything like that. You're going to need I said beef bouillon, I meant beef broth. 2.5 cups of beef broth. You're going to put a chicken bouillon cube in there. But you can also use the Better Than bouillon, which I think comes out in the spoonfuls. You can just put a spoonful of that in there. You need a teaspoon of soy sauce or Worcestershire sauce. I'm gonna put that in there. I did a little bit over just because I like the flavor. A teaspoon. I'm gonna try to wing this. Onion powder. My onion powder is starting to clump. Half a teaspoon of garlic powder. Half a teaspoon of ground mustard. Half a teaspoon of dried thyme. Now I've got ground thyme, so I usually just do a little bit less than what it calls for. You're going to need some butter, about 3 tablespoons worth. Okay, and you need to go ahead and get that melting. So we need 3 tablespoons of flour. I'm going to use all purpose.
A bigger scale the world inhales as we go. I wouldn't want it any other way, no. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other, beyond gravel, beyond hope. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes.
Now, that's as far as I want it to go. I'm going to go ahead and pour my beef broth mixture in here. Don't worry about your bouillon cube because it'll melt.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town. I already know. Couple days ago.
So you let it sit here on the burner. I've got it on about medium-high heat. And you're going to let it slowly come to a boil. So it has come to a boil. And it's very thin. And the last time I made it, I was just like, wow, this is like major soupy. I don't know about this. But it ended up turning out fine. So we're just going to keep going. Before we put the meat back in, we're going to put a can of cream of mushroom soup.
I wish I could do something that will make sense. I wish I would know what you're thinking about.
Also, we're going to add about a half a cup of heavy cream or milk, either one. You can add it right now. I'm going to add that. Okay, so that's done.
I would die if I saw you now. Dreams might turn.
You get to this point after you've added your mushroom soup and your milk or cream, whichever. Then you need to add 2 cups of cheddar.
Now that our names are written in stone. Let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone.
And then back in. Now, this meat also is supposed to have some garlic, minced garlic in it, and I didn't feel like chopping it, so I just added some garlic powder to it too. So you have garlic powder in your beef broth, and you have some garlic powder in the meat mixture as well. So just add all that back in. Okay. And I made a little bit more noodles. It said 8 ounces. I did about 10 or so. It does seem a little bit complicated, but it's not. And there's one more last thing I want to stir in here. You can see, hopefully you can see, I added some English peas to it. Some people call them sweet peas, some people call them green peas. Now you can add frozen ones, but these were just canned ones that I had left over from the other night. So I just drained them and added them to it. It's a good way to use it for some leftover vegetables if you have it. You can probably put anything in here that you think would taste good. All right, y'all. So that's it. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to make Sloppy Joes on Texas toast. And I've already cooked my ground beef. About a pound's worth. I've cooked it loose and I've already drained it. And typically with our Sloppy Joes, we just add our favorite barbecue sauce. So that's what you would do here. You can also put sriracha or hot sauce in it. And it's okay if your meat gets cold because we're going to be putting it in the oven. And you need to go ahead and preheat your oven to about 375 and have that warming up. And believe it or not, this will be enough meat to go on at least 16 slices of Texas toast. This is the product we'll be using to put the meat on. And I've got my pans ready. They're full lined. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and get started. You need to make sure that you have enough of the meat to go on here. I did get the plain garlic toast, not the one with cheese. And that's the one that we've always used to make this. You're going to need roughly about 2 heaping tablespoons of the meat mixture per piece of bread.
Beyond gravel, beyond all. Dreamy, breezy we go. Easy, easy on our tiptoes. Undercover agents of the other. Beyond gravel, beyond all.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need.
Sharp cheddar. And you don't need much.
Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone. Let's be honest, sounds like home. Still I'm here alone and I'm calling your phone. I wish I could wipe my own memory out. I wish I could dream about somebody else. I wish I could talk when the silence.
And just throw it all together, throw it in the oven, and when the bread's done and the cheese is melted, it's ready. Okay. That's what it's going to look like before it goes in the oven. And you just need to keep a watch on it. I really cannot remember how long I leave it in the oven for. Just keep an eye on it. The bread needs to be done like it normally would. And this is melted. It doesn't matter if your meat was cold when you assembled, because as long as it wasn't frozen, you will be just fine, and then everything should heat up. Alright, I'll see you back here in a few. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished product. Took about 15-20 minutes or so. What you need to do is check underneath and see if your toast is finished. I'm trying to show you without dumping it out, but if it looks like that on the bottom, it's pretty much ready to come on out of the oven. So it takes roughly about 15-20 minutes or so. Just keep a watch on it because it'll burn fast with the cheese especially. You could also go ahead and start it in the oven. Then the last 10 minutes, 5 minutes or so, add the cheese. Just let the bread go ahead and cook a little bit first. You could also do it that way too. Alright, y'all, make sure you like and subscribe. I'll see y'all next time.